expressionsvinyl.com, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our EV Puff heat transfer vinyl. It is such a fun one to work with. We've got it available in over 20 different colors, and they come in 9 by 12 sheets. We also have our sample kit, so if you use a lot of the puff or you want to try a lot of the puff, a sample kit is a good idea to get as well. And if you've ever bought it before or plan on buying it, a lot of the colors might look the same before you press them. So a sample kit would be a great idea to get. So let's get started. I've got several pieces cut already, and to cut it out, it cuts just the same as EasyWeed. So set your machine, whichever one you're using, to the same setting you would normally use EasyWeed or our pattern heat transfer vinyl. It's the same cut setting. And it is really easy to weed. So I'm going to create, I've got a couple different can coolers I want to make for the lake. It's that time of year, and hopefully everybody's getting good weather where they're at. So let me just weed a few of these out. And today I'm using the black, orange, red, and the two greens and the lighter blue color. But again, we have it available in over 20 different colors, so there's quite a few different colors to choose from. And this one is actually a dark green. So as soon as I get it weeded out, I lift it up and show you. It looks really dark, and if you've got any black or the gray colors, it will look very similar. So the sample kit will come in handy. So that is a green, the forest green color, and this is black. So get your sample kit if you want to make sure you're using the correct color. Okay, I've got a little mountain scene here. There we go. Okay, and for puff, it is the top layer only, and if you're pressing several different types of vinyl, different layers, you want to make sure the puff is the last layer. It can only be pressed once. If you press it more than once, it'll give a different effect and it will cause different things to happen with the vinyl. So you want to make sure it's the last layer, the top layer, and nothing else happens with it. So I'll grab a white one. Here's the blue. I've got two different colors I'm going to press at the same time, which is going to work. I'm just going to cut it out so that they can both be on there at the same time. So there's our lake and lake life. It will be similar to this one, just in blue. Like that. Now to press it, again, you're going to want to use about 280 degrees for 8 to 10 seconds. If you go less than that, it will cause a different effect. If you go more than that, it will do something different with the vinyl. Again, do test presses. If you've got little scraps, once you've weeded little scraps, try different test presses to get the correct pressure for you as well as the correct temperature. Every machine will be slightly different, so make sure you've got the correct things tested. So I'm going to place the lake on here and then life. Let me just slide this over a little bit. And see, I've got them both at the same, but the cover sheets aren't impacting either one of them. And you can press it just like this without another cover sheet. However, if you're a little scared, have never tried that before, go ahead and place this sheet on top to protect it. And then press it and make sure you've got firm pressure and the 8 to 10 seconds. So we'll go ahead and press this. See what happens. And again, it needs to be the top layer, and if you're layering several, it needs to be the last layer. Okay. And usually the cover sheet will come off pretty well. There you go. And it's got such a fun, just a raised effect to it. This one's got the red and the black, and this one's the blue and the black. And it's going to expand a little bit. So if you've got a project that has really little details, you want to make sure it's okay to lose some of those details, because you are going to lose a few of those details. I've got this other one. I'm going to show you what happens with it. So this one's just a mountain scene, and this is our forest green. I'll show you what I mean by the color changing in it. It looks dark, but once you press it, you'll see the color on it. And the details aren't too small, but again, it expands, so you're going to have to account for all of that. And I will press this one on this orange. Get it on here. You can use a home iron. However, you want to make sure if you're using your home iron that it's got a completely flat surface, because you don't want to move it around. I know some types of vinyl you can move it around a little bit with the iron. This, you really need a firm pressure and it needs to stay in place. So it's recommended, if you do a home iron, one that doesn't have a lot of holes, really one that doesn't have any holes on it. So it's better if you have a little press or your regular large heat press, and that gives you the firm pressure as well, the constant firm pressure. So I will show you what I mean by the little details on this one. Again, for 10 seconds and firm pressure. Okay. There you go. So you don't lose a lot of the details, but you can see the little line around it is a little smaller than what it was before. The spot in the mountain, little snow cap in the mountain, is a little bit smaller. So if you've got really tiny details, you might lose some of those. So make sure it's a little bit bigger design and you can see more of it. But again, it is a fun one to work with. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can see any of that, the depth and dimension to it. But it's so easy to work with. But we do recommend checking your machine settings when you cut it. It cuts just like EasyWeed or a patterned heat transfer vinyl. Then check pressing, do test presses. With a home iron, you can try that. You can try it with the smaller heat presses or the larger heat presses. But it does need to press for 8 to 10 seconds with a firm pressure. Again, a fun one to work with. So easy to work with. Just do your tests and everything will work great. So if you haven't had a chance to try it, go to the website expressionsvinyl.com, find EV Puff. It's a fun one to work with, and we've got 20 plus colors available. And again, give it a try. So hopefully you have a chance to try it out, and we will see you next time. Thanks.